this. So I'm going to step out of the place, kind of dust myself off, and just kind of prestidigitate my clothes to be as presentable and as clean as possible, and be like, yes, now it's time to travel, to leave this wretched city.
As you say this,
go to the.
as
Like,
you say
it's not
this,
that bad.
yeah, as you say this, a few people on the street kind of shoot you a dirty look.
You know what I mean. These places are disgusting. You two are probably cousins.
Wow, Octavian. Maybe we could not insult the locals.
Yes, Octavian, let's not insult the locals.
I guess.
Especially
you know
considering Hugo is a local.
I mean, lovely cousins that are not in a relationship by any means.
Maybe we could go to the college and ask them to decipher that letter.
Oh, we
before
could.
we leave.
We could.
All right. So,
Yes.
you begin your trek there. It's not too long before you arrive at the large dome once again. And as you enter, you see the same spires climbing to the tops, the strange bit of cloud gathered at the top of the dome. Are you just going to ask a random person, or are you looking for anyone in particular?
I'm going to ask for a random person. Just be like, hi, yes, I don't mean to be a bother. Do you know anyone here who works on the vicinity that might be able to translate some obscure and or weird languages?
You stop a tiefling gentleman, and he kind of adjusts his glasses and says, well, there's... what's his name? And he kind of loses himself for a second.
Can you show me to what's his name?
He goes, no, his name is Professor Tar.
Professor, what's his name? Tar. Excellent.
No. He kind of gets a little flabbergasted. And he's like, just... and he begins to lead you to the offices.
Thank you very much.
Hmm?
Nah, never mind.
All right.
I was gonna look and see if I could find that, that Dragonborn Octavian tormented
Yes.
that one time.
I didn't torment him. I told him to go take a nap.
After, like, basically convincing him that one of his pretzels was talking to him.
Yeah.
And he,
Okay.
like, puked.
So,
he leads you to one of the spires, and you begin to ascend the staircase around and around until you reach maybe the midway point to a door, and he says, just go in there. Professor Tar will help you.
all right, I'll knock on the door. We'll kind of creak it open and be like, hello, I'm looking for Professor What's-His-Name Tar.
You see a halfling gentleman, very old, with gray hair and a long gray beard, and you see he's asleep at his desk, just leaned back.
I will sit down at one of the chairs across from his desk.
Okay.
Be like, hello?
He kind of like
Excuse me.
he startles awake and begins to frantically look around and stops and makes eye contact with you. And you just
Hi,
kind
we were in the middle of a conversation. You fell asleep.
of make a deception check.
My God.
Deception, 20.
All right. He goes, my apologies. What were we talking about?
You were
going to decipher this for us.
Yes, you were going to decipher these for us. And
Because,
I'll pull out the paperwork.
Because of course that is my job to decipher
Yes.
ancient papers. But I can assist you, I suppose, if I was already in the middle of assisting you.
Thank you, Dr. What's-His-Name.
Because it's Professor Tar.
Dr. What's-His-Name Tar. Yes.
He just shakes his head and takes the papers from you. He says,
Mr.
well,
Centaur.
he goes, these are odd. They're written in
Yes.
both Draconic,
Mm-hmm.
but they use undercommon slang.
Is it a, as one would say, a cipher?
He goes, no, it's just someone who speaks Draconic and is using slang from the Underdark. But it's
Would it be Thieves' Cant?
not Thieves' Cant, no.
Oh, dang it.
He goes,
I
but
don't read that anyway, but it doesn't matter.
he goes, but it's mostly just papers dictating orders. Well, oddly enough, names of businesses to shake down. And he kind of looks and says, "What are you dealing in?"
We are undermining a criminal organization. We managed to find a lot of paperwork involving what they were planning on doing. We just needed to make sure that these criminals were not. We needed to make sure that these paperworks didn't allude to a out of city safe house. Anything in those paperwork that allude to what was Osla?
Oslo.
He goes, well, and he takes a few minutes to read through each paper before he finally sets them down and says, nothing on Osla, but quite a bit on a man named Arthur Sin. It's just mostly orders given from him. Or, I'm sorry, orders given to him from someone above him.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, and who is this person above
Arthurson
him?
isn't even boss.
Arthursen's a bitch.
He goes, well, there's no name, but it's orders saying that the city has been given into Arthur's command, and he is to, well, do some illicit business.
Well, that's good
Well.
to know.
We need to drop this evidence off at the proper authorities.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much, sir.
Could we get you to write down any key points in this
yes.
document and sign it so that they know that it's all legitimate?
He goes,
We have to turn this over to the authorities.
He goes, of course, and he takes out a little quill and he begins to write out a detailed explanation of the letters.
I'll wait for him and finish that. And then once we're about to leave, I'll be like, now you get some rest again. Don't want you falling asleep mid-conversations.
He says, of course, again, my deepest apologies. I'm just so tired so often.
Oh, I understand. You know, academia and everything can run a person ragged. All right.
Have you heard about the guy who thought his pretzel was talking to him?
Yes. Delusions. Well, let's go take these to the authorities and make sure that if Arthurson does come back, he has nothing to come back to.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Who would be the proper authorities we would take these to?
Just the guards, I would assume.
Yeah, but aren't the guards working for Arthur?
Not entirely.
I'm sorry. You probably need to go speak to like the chief guard or whoever runs the guards.
We have they all been packaged into a little letter, correct?
Yeah, he wrote it all out, a detailed explanation. He signed it at the bottom.
All right.
And he
Let's go to City Hall.
All right. You guys exit the college.
I'll ask Hugo. So, who runs this place? Is it like a mayor? Is it who runs the city?
Dungeon Master, I don't know.
Let me get my notes. It's led by 3 mayors, technically.
Okay.
Ah.
Would we be able to find them at City Hall?
Easily enough.
All right. Before we get to like the main square across from City Hall, I tell them, all right, just follow my lead, all right?
Hugo
When
makes
do we
lets
not,
out a big
Octavian?
sigh.
I'm gonna run frantically through town square into people, like shoving them out of my way, holding the letter above my head. Like I need to deliver this thing, like my life depends on it. I'm gonna be
Okay.
like, out of my way,
guess-
out of my way!
I guess we're running after him
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
Octavian.
I'm gonna run up the steps,
All right. The guards. at the
throw
front-
the doors up. Yeah.
The guards kind of stop you and say, "What's wrong?"
This is no time for litigation. This is no time for questions. I need to get inside immediately and deliver this letter to one of the 3 mayors of this city immediately. There is no time to waste. It is a matter of extreme importance.
He goes, make a deception check.
That is a
Why?
25.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
It's true. Persuasion or deception, your choice.
25 persuasion.
All right. He goes, okay, and he opens the door and leads you inside.
Excellent.
He goes, is there anyone particular? There's Crucian von Morgan.
I need one of the mayors, if not all 3 of them.
I can
Whoever
see
runs
if...
the Justice Department, honestly.
Yes.
He goes, that would be Kushian.
Kushian, yes. The good Kush. Yes.
This is the flying city. How good could it be?
Yeah, this is the flying city. How good could it be?
He goes, I'll go see if she's available.
Excellent.
And he disappears. He
I'm
comes
just
back,
going to pace back and forth.
He comes back with maybe 5 more guards and this dwarven woman in a long flowing gown, her hair tied into a ponytail, and she looks kind of annoyed as she's dragged out of her office. The guards kind of surround you, and she kind of approaches and says,
The guards.
"What's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh no.
Oh no.
He got Thanos.
Hello,
Oh no.
Hello?
We can hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was weird. I can hear you
Yeah.
guys fine."
That's weird.
But she approaches with 5 guards and herself, a dwarven woman in a long robe, and her hair tied to a ponytail.
Long
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Just tell me if I cut out again.
Okay. I'll run up to her. Ma'am, are you Lord Kusia?
She goes, it's Kushian, but yes.
Kushian, yes. You're one of the mayors of the city, correct?
She goes, I'm one of the 3 pillars, yes.
I will frantically place the letter in her hand.
Wait, before that,
Yes.
do you work for Iron Solutions?
No, don't ask her that.
Well, we kind of need to know. Because what if she is working for them and she's just going to undermine us or just destroy this letter?
Madam, this immediately... So she doesn't know that this has anything to do with Arthur Singh.
No.
Yeah. So I'll be like, Madam, please, this letter is... We need to have all 3 mayors take a look at this letter. If you could call a meeting immediately. The city's well-being is at stake.
She kind of rubs her temples and make a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
For
Oh.
a total of...
30.
Yep, okay. She goes, if it's that important, I will...
It's extremely important.
I will gather them. It might take a fair amount of time. Edmund is in the bowels most of the day, and I don't know where Jameson is.
I am willing to wait at least 15 minutes.
She goes, fine, and she disappears back. The guards kind of all stand around you with their arms crossed as they just look you up and down.
I will stand up, recompose myself, and be like, "So, you guys got any preferred sky ships you like when leaving town?"
One of the guards says, there's no problem with the Jeweled Badger.
Oh, the Jeweled Badger. Oh, I'll take a note about that.
Cute.
What a lovely name. That's a name with a lot of character in it. I'll turn to one of the guards, kind of point out his sword, be like, or his spear, be like, "You ever killed anyone with that?"
He kind of looks at you and says, no, I just arrest people. I haven't killed anyone.
Cool. That's cool. Wow, this is awkward.
I almost thought Octavian was going to be like, would you like to?
Would you like to?
Hugo would be like, you hear about that party that Arthur Sin was throwing?
Oh yeah, did you hear about that party?
2 of the guards start laughing and say, that was something else. All those people saying ghost attacked them, some kind of skeleton, dark powers. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Were you there for that? Did you see?
He says, I wasn't there. I'm just going off secondhand information.
I heard that a sex hydra got summoned.
Make a deception check.
A sex hydra. What
20.
does that even mean?
A 20 deception.
The guards all kind of look to each other. A few of them look a little scared. They're like, what's a sex hydra?
You know, it's got like 3 heads, and if you cut one of the heads off, 2 more heads grow in its place.
Which kind of heads Octavian had?
What do you think if it's called a sex hydra? What can your little twisted mind come to? There's a reason why it's called a sex hydra. You know how the wealthy
Octavian
are.
just kind of puts his... He folds his ears over his face. He's so embarrassed.